Buongiorno! This is the world's most Italian camper van, and for the next 24 hours it's gonna be my home. I'm gonna be cooking in it, sleeping in it. It's just dripping everywhere. Oh my God.
Morning.
Driving in it. We're up to 40 miles an hour, baby! And then at the end of this video, I'm gonna be rating it.
I've decided that this vehicle would be great fun in summer, but definitely not for these wintry conditions.
This week, I'm in Stafford, right in the centre of the UK, to come and check out this tiny 1984 Fiat Caravelle. Before we take it for a spin, test out what it's actually like to drive on the roads and actually find a park up for tonight, let me show you around this tiny little Italian vehicle. So the vehicle itself is 12 foot long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's about 12 foot long. 5 foot wide and 6 foot 2 tall, which is the same height as I am. I honestly absolutely love the way this van looks. You've got what looks like on the front some sort of 1980s Golf visor. It is named Bruce because named after the Hulk, of course. There's loads of Italian details inside, but it's not an ordinary camper because it's actually got a very unique pop top. So to actually set this pop top up, you've got 2 latches, one at the front, one at the back, with these grenade-like pins which you just pull out, and then you just use a bit of brute force to push it up. And it should go up by itself. Oh dear. Ah yes, I'm being an absolute moron. You've got to then pull this. No, you don't. Push it back up again. Hold on a second. I was shown how to set this up about an hour ago, but there's so many things to set this up properly that my mind has just gone blank. You didn't see it, did you? Right, I know that goes in there. I think I have to go in and actually push the bed out, which then makes the tent erect. So I think this is how you do it. Oh yes, baby. I'm not a moron after all. Oh my God, the whole thing's moving. Yeah, do you see me? It's all set up. So there's a lot more to do inside. But as you can see, I've never, so far yet on this series, seen a tent that works in a way that this one does. Normally on a normal VW, on the VW ID Buzz, they're just a pretty regular pop top that's just like that. Whereas this one opens sideways, which is pretty unique and very cool. So to lock the tent up so nothing actually falls on me in the middle of the night, in case it does get a little bit windy, there's a few locking mechanisms which seem to be about an inch away from the hole. That's one in, I think. I was told that this one is a little bit tricky to do. My feet are slipping on the floor. We are in. So I can't lie to you, it does smell very musty and vintage in here. It's obviously a very old school vehicle, lots of basic things going on, but like I said, extremely practical, because in this tiny little space, you've got a nice little 12-volt fridge, you've got your sitting area, and this will actually turn into your bed. So the kitchen in this vehicle, it's very different, it's very weird. Something I'm surprised they've actually managed to squeeze into this size vehicle, but you've actually got a hob and a sink. To access the kitchen, you pull one pillow down, you pull the other pillow down. We now have access to the kitchen storage. And then underneath these 2 brown lids is one, your hob, and then on the other side, your sink. So the electrics in here are pretty basic. You've got a really lovely, actually traditional kind of electrical panel, which is the way that you turn the sink on to actually pump the water through. All of the lights in here and stuff, like I said, are fairly basic. However, the owner has actually put a nice LED strip all around to hopefully illuminate the space. So of course, we'll be testing that out later. So most modern day vehicles actually have swivel chairs in the front to obviously extend your social, your living area. However, this vehicle, being different and the age that it is, it's actually got something very unique. Have a look at this. A little latch here to unhook the chair, and the chairs literally flip upside down like so. And instead of having a swivel chair, you've got flippy, uppy, downy chairs. So you can actually do exactly the same with the driver's seat, a little flipper-rooney, and there we go. Both seats are flipped round. You have access to your social area. Without doubt, one of the most simple designs I've seen, but for a vehicle that cost £7,500, bought 3 years ago, it's amazing. So for the most important part of the van, where I'm gonna be sleeping, up here in the tent, you literally just pull the bed here, pull it out. It's a little bit tight in here because as you can see, this is as far as the bed comes out, and I've got about a foot. There's no way you could really go up and down like so. It'd be a bit tricky. So what you now do is obviously move these pillows, which are a little bit thin. There's no denying that. Reach, grab the other pillow. Oh, this is a bit tricky. Oh my flipping God. Climb up onto the fridge, and here we go. My bedroom for the night. Just as it started raining, quite heavily, you may or may not be able to hear. And it's also not summer anymore. It's probably going to be dropping down to about 6 or 7 degrees, and there's no heater in here. So you can certainly feel the weird shape of the tent now you're actually in here. Obviously all yellow, looks a bit mangy and old, but that's because the vehicle is. There's rust absolutely everywhere in it. And there's even a little bit of storage up here, and this weird kind of fur material. But it's a very modular, practical van. Little storage and cubby holes absolutely everywhere. You absolutely have to be a little bit mobile and agile, and to be honest, like bloody Spider-Man, because you got to move your limbs, your legs, your back, and absolutely everything. I'm now going to pack all of this away, and then we're going to take it for a drive and to see what it's actually like on the roads. Well, here we go. If there's one vehicle that I probably didn't want to drive in the wet rain, it's this, because yeah, I'm not sure how safe it is. As you can see, I can't even sit upright. Me sitting upright is here, and I still can't sit upright. Come on, baby, let's start up, you Italian caravel. It's getting so steamy in here, I've had to actually bring my window vacuum just to help me get rid of all of this. What is the bloody heater in this thing? How do you turn the heating on? Is that first? It doesn't feel like first gear, but it could be. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, this feels like I'm driving a toy car. This is ridiculous. I need some air on the windscreen, otherwise it's going to fog up. Wow, these brakes are not good. I need to crack a window. Ventilation. Ventilation. Please. Why am I so steamed up? Are the indicators working? I don't know if the indicators are working. Whoa! I'm on a main road in the pissing wet in the UK in a 19... Is that third gear? 84 Fiat Caravel. This is absolutely ludicrous. I'm in the fourth gear. Let's go! Oh my God! Ooh. Jesus, up hills this thing cannot do it. Shit. First gear. Oh, sorry. Oh man, it's got no power at all up the hills. I've still got my indicator on the whole time. Oh God, I absolutely love the noise that this thing makes. The fact that it sounds like some sort of sporty motorbike is bloody brilliant. Oh brilliant, I've gone the wrong way. No motor vehicles. Oh God, that's not good. I've gone completely the wrong way, lost in Stafford. I think that's reverse. Yes. Wow. We've got no power steering. Watch out, watch out. Oh. No power steering on this, which means it's a bit of a workout. It's currently very, very dark in here, so we need to test out these lights to see what they're actually like. Oh God, we found ourselves another little sexual grotto with these LED strips
all around. To be honest, I'm quite surprised by that, and that is something that the owner, Andy, has actually put in, are these LED strips all around. And for once, even in an old vehicle like this, the lighting should actually be okay in here tonight. So the time now is actually 5 o'clock, and I can't quite believe it. That is winter in the UK. It's pretty much pitch black outside. Rain is forecast for this evening, but I've got to say, Stafford has been an absolutely beautiful place to be driving around today. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount to do here. However, Shugborough Estate, excuse my pronunciation, is only about 2 miles away, which seems to be one of the most popular things in this area. Lovely little park up in the forest, in the woodland area. And now, the fun part of trying to test out this tiny little kitchen. One thing we're going to do before that is draw the curtains, so it really does look like Santa's little grotto again, just to stop people looking in, because I'm sure this isn't the normal type of vehicle that you would find in a wild camping spot like this. All of the ingredients that we need for Nonnadora's homemade Italian spaghetti bolognese is in here. First on the list, put a large saucepan on a medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Add 4 finely chopped bacon rashers and fry for 10 minutes until golden crisp. Add 2 onions, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, 2 garlic cloves. Add 500 grams of minced beef. It is a little bit weird sitting down cooking with your body twisted like this. It's not the most comfortable cooking experience I've had. Things are also getting very, very steamy in here that if somebody walked by, they'd be thinking, what on earth is going on inside this vehicle? Add 2 tins of plum tomatoes, 1 tablespoon dried oregano, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, 1 beef stock cube, 2 bay leaves. So last but not least, I think to finish off the bolognese sauce is a bit of red wine, 125 ml. No idea how much that actually is, but we've kind of worked it out, just under 1/4 of the bottle. Gonna give it a bit of a taste test because, well, that's what all the top chefs do. Smells pretty good. Smells like red wine. Oh, yeah, that wine needs to burn off. Definitely. It's missing a bit of je ne sais quoi. Bit of salt and pepper, I think. Seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it would taste delicious.
Yeah, why is there no salt and pepper in there?
Well, we haven't got any salt and pepper. Perhaps that's why you meant to let it simmer for an hour and a half to infuse all of the flavours, but like I said, I'm not waiting an hour and a half to eat this. So to actually use the sink in here, you've got this very, very old school panel. So you flick on one switch, you flick on the 12-volt switch, and then you've actually got a little doorbell button that you would see, well, at my grand's house, she literally had one of these. You hold it down, and then the water comes out. I like it. Very old school, very simple. So fill this up. Bear with me, it just takes a minute or two. Almost there. So 10 minutes later, the pasta is done. I was trying to do it the perfect Italian way. Al dente, as they say, where it's basically as hard as a rock, but that's the Italian way. Unfortunately, I seem to have slightly overdone it. So to, oh God, I forget how small this vehicle is. So to now make this the dining room, I've got to move a few pillows about. I think anyway, these go up here. And then underneath here, what I was showing you earlier, this is actually the table. Put that there. So this turns into, oh, my back is killing, a single bench. And this is why, like I said earlier, if you remove this, you can actually stand up and cook, which, thinking about it now, I probably should have done because it would have been a lot easier, but I'd be crouched down like so. So the pole for the table is in here and it's absolutely freezing cold. Holy guacamole, it's going to be cold tonight. And then the table, there's 2 ways of going on. Bon appetito, even though that's French, I think. What's bon appetit in Italian?
Buon appetito.
Oh, bon appetito. Just saying a different way. I cannot wait to try this. See if it actually tastes better than a dolmio sauce. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very upset. Wow, look at that. Ben, we got enough for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the next week as well. Bit of Parmigiano on top to top it all off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wheelie Armos for this evening.
Really Armos.
Wheelie Armos, that's the new name. Leave a comment down below if you want to take a visit to Wheelie Armos. I've just got to show you that because... oh, it smells good. Now, I'm sorry to the Italians watching this. I'm going to cut my spaghetti up like a child because when you're in a van that isn't your own, I'm going to mix everything together to lubricate the spaghetti with cheese and bolognese sauce. Wow, that is one hefty bowl of bolognese. Oh, I think this might be my favourite meal ever. Spaghetti alla bolognese. Oh, oh wow. Oh wow, that gets a 9 out of 10. Absolutely sensational. The time right now is 8 o'clock, so we've got a couple of hours to enjoy this, put all of this away, and then I look forward to my freezing cold night. But certainly this bolognese should keep me warm for the next few hours. Huh? So we've just finished dinner and I looked up inside the tent. Look at my hand. And I'm going to be sleeping in here. Wow, look. Oh. It's literally raining water in here. It's just dripping everywhere. Oh my God. I'm glad you're laughing. Ben's all right because he's staying in my van just round the corner with the bloody heater on. And I'm going to be in here getting pissed on. I'm back with a towel to dry all of this out, to try and make sure that I don't get absolutely dripped on in the middle of the night. Wow, even this is drenched. Why is that so wet? Oh, God almighty. Whoa, we were. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm parked on a slope, big time. I'm gonna see what sleeping this way round does. Probably absolutely... oh man, this is not good. This really isn't good. I've decided that this vehicle would be great fun in summer, but definitely not for these wintry conditions. Oh, bloody van moves when I move. Oh, God. What am I going to do? This is the current situation. Lights are off down there, curtains are drawn. Wasn't able to lock the door because I couldn't understand how. Clothes are on the side there. This is the gap that I could potentially fall into in the night. But you can see there, that's why you don't want to sleep in the middle, because that's not comfortable at all. We've got a nice window here, which hopefully in the morning I can look out of, but a curtain there for the moment, trying to block some of the morning light. I'm tucked in like a little beautiful caterpillar, ready to say goodnight. I'll catch you guys in the morning, probably weary-eyed and absolutely exhausted.
Morning.
It started to rain in the middle of the night. The wind started to pick up, and sleeping on what feels like a hard wooden door, funnily enough, doesn't allow you to get the best night's sleep. As you can see, it's very, very wet in here.
You look like a caterpillar.
I feel like a caterpillar. Oh my God. Not a bad little spot, I've got to say. The only problem was it's a little bit noisy because the noise of the main road, which is only about 50 metres away, you could still hear the cars absolutely zooming past in the middle of the night. This is pretty much how I was cocooned the entire night inside the sleeping bag, and I've got to say, once you're in a sleeping bag, you're toasty warm because I had to take my t-shirt off. But as soon as you poke your head out, it's absolutely bloody freezing. It's now time to rate this vehicle in 5 different categories, from the comfort, the driving experience, the quirkiness, the stealthiness, and of course, the cooking facilities. As you can see, for the quite clearly, as you can see, for somebody who's on the larger side of life, it's not the most comfortable thing you will ever use. The fact that it's a 1984 vehicle, when people back in the day used to be a lot shorter, it would be... Well, they did, didn't they? 1984, it's not even that old, is it really? No. Yeah, I'm not talking about bloody 1910 or something. For the overall comfort for this, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. So the cooking facilities, as you saw last night, cooking up Nonna Dora's famous Italian spaghetti bolognese. The overall cooking, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. So the stealthiness of this vehicle, I mean, look at it. It's green, it's tiny. The door shuts by itself as well, which is just brilliant. It's probably one of the least stealthiest vehicles that I think I've ever done. So for the overall stealthiness, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. The driving experience on this one, I'm not exactly sure where to start. First of all, when you're driving it, it feels like it's just going to tip over because it's so light. Getting up hills is an absolute ball ache because it has no power. The brakes, my God. For pure enjoyment and fun, I'm actually going to go for a 5 out of 5. So for the quirkiness of this beautiful little 1984 Italian caravel camper van, I love this thing. It doesn't get any quirkier than this. So it gets an absolute 5 out of 5 for me. And the overall score, I'm actually going to give this an 8 out of 10. And my 24-hour experience using this vehicle is now done.